Breaking news out of South Moorhead, where the search is on for at least one man.
Authorities called for a perimeter to be set up in an area of Bellesley Boulevard about a half hour ago. Now, the man in question is said to have ran from authorities. For what reason, we do not know at this time. We have yet to confirm his description, but a Valley News Live crew that just arrived on the scene says that they are in the area of an apartment complex. So we expect more details shortly, and we'll have them for you here on Valley News Live.
It was a very poor decision by the university and reflects badly on the University of North Dakota.
There's new information tonight on what led to the firing of a popular University of North Dakota professor. After being contacted by a whistleblower hotline, we obtained personnel documents showing allegations of workplace sexual harassment.
In a story you'll only see on Valley News Live, Valley News Team's Joshua Pagero takes a look at what you can do if you believe you're a victim.
After nearly 20 years, Kenneth Foltz' career at the University of North Dakota came to an end in May. Documents obtained by Valley News Live show Foltz was fired as a professor for inappropriately touching a colleague.
This was the first time this had ever been alleged against him, and it was unjustified. What happened was unintentional.
His attorney says Foltz slapped the colleague's backside, not in a sexual manner, but as a way to congratulate her for losing weight. Emails also reveal he was reprimanded for contacting the colleague after she reported the allegations, not serious enough, according to Foltz, to be fired.
He was an excellent professor, one of probably the most popular professor in that school, in the aviation school, and he's thrown out.
The Rape and Abuse Crisis Center in Fargo sees about 3,000 people a year who say they're victims of sexual abuse or harassment. They say when it comes to deciding fault, intention does not matter.
It's holding people accountable regardless of what intent. I mean, sexual harassment, really intent is irrelevant. It's what my intent was is not the point.
Johnson says the ideal workplace has clear policies and guidelines that include repercussions for bad behavior.
It's having very clear expectations of employees and saying this is the type of culture we're building. And so these are the things that are acceptable. These are things that aren't acceptable. And then having a very clear process for which people can raise concerns.
The center says in the workplace, leaders must create a culture where the lines are not blurred and people's boundaries are respected. In Fargo, Joshua Pagero, Valley News Live.
In a statement, UND says all university policies and procedures were followed in making its decision. If you need help uncovering fraud and corruption in your community, call our Whistleblower Hotline, 237-6576, and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth.
Police in Moorhead are asking for your help in finding a runaway girl. 17-year-old Cheyenne Bell took off in June. Authorities say she's possibly in the Fargo, Moorhead, Alexandria, or Perham areas. She stands 5 feet 3 inches tall, has brown hair and brown eyes. If you know where she is, you're asked to call 701-457-7660. In Bemidji, police are asking for help in locating 17-year-old Evan Graves. Graves was last seen in the 1700 block of 15th Street Northwest in Bemidji last night about this hour. Authorities say it appears that Evan left the area voluntarily. He's 6'1", weighs 165 pounds, has brown eyes and black hair. He was last seen wearing a white T-shirt and dark gray sweatpants. Evan may be in the area of Red Lake. If you have any information, you're asked to call Bemidji Police, and the phone number's there on the bottom part of your screen, 218-333-9111.
Despite a fresh start to the week, some parents of Fargo North students say they are still on edge after an unloaded handgun was found in a student's waistband last Friday. That incident came just a week after another incident at Fargo North when a threat of a school shooting was etched into a desk. Some parents suggest more mental health services are needed, while others say they want metal detectors and mandatory clear backpacks.
It is scary, and it is a big concern for us, but that also doesn't mean that we are going to just be reactionary and go and say like 2 days later that we're making all of these changes without having that conversation.
School leaders say the student in Friday's incident is facing expulsion and charges of firearm possession.
A warning from Thief River Falls police about a scam in the area that's targeting seniors. Officers say scammers are offering Medicare beneficiaries free genetic testing screenings. What they're really after is personal information to steal the seniors' identities. Not only are the scammers calling their victims, but they're also setting up booths at public events and health fairs, and even going door to door. Investigators say that the scammers do perform a genetic test and it's medically unnecessary. Medicare can then deny the claim, leaving the victim to pay thousands of dollars.
Nearly 2,000 drivers were cited and about 3,000 were stopped for driving too aggressively on I-94 in the space of 1 week. Minnesota State Patrol released the numbers from its latest SLAM campaign. North Dakota, Wisconsin, and Montana also took part in that campaign. The stops happened between August 26th and September 1st. Drivers were cited for speeding, following too closely, lane change violations, distracted driving, and failing to signal.
Autonomous farming is the future, and the FCC chairman is applauding efforts in our area. Today, Chairman Ajit Pai and others gathered at Grand Farm in Horace, where the farmland is a testing ground for new technology. It's donated land and will be used to carry precision ag into the future. Chairman Pai has been traveling across the country, visiting rural farm families to see what policies and technology would be the most beneficial. In terms of precision farming and agriculture, Pai says North Dakota is one state that's leading the way.
Getting to see a glimpse of the automated farm of the future, it's an exciting thing, I think, to make sure that America's farms and ranches will be more efficient, more productive than ever before. I'm really excited to see what happens here at Grand Farm and across the state of North Dakota and the country.
Other guest speakers this afternoon included officials from Microsoft, John Deere, and NDSU.
Excessive rain and warmer temps mean mosquitoes are back. Vector Control says they've already spent over $1 million on battling the skeeters this summer.
As Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard found out, they're willing to pay more to keep you bug-free.
Nice open acreage, quiet community, and seems like everyone enjoys being out here.
John Neubauer and his family of 4 live in Riley's Acres, a neighborhood right outside of Fargo.
There's been quite a few mosquitoes this summer.
Despite being mid-September, people living here say the mosquitoes are out of control. Ben Prather with Cass County Vector Control says Neubauer's neighborhood has one of the highest mosquito counts in the area. They went from 5 to 135 mosquitoes per trap overnight, and they're not the only ones struggling.
The challenges continue. I think it's been a tough summer. It's going to be most likely the last 2 weeks of September, unless it cools off rapidly, could see some difficult days and nights ahead.
Prather says the reason why they're not spraying right now is because of the incoming rain and big gusty winds. Take a look behind me at these trees that are moving. He says they're planning a citywide ground spray Wednesday night and possibly Thursday. And until then,
if you're going out for extended period of times on the golf course or something tonight or tomorrow, certainly a good idea to carry that bug spray.
In West Fargo, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
Prather adds that the upcoming ground spraying will focus on inside the city limits. Vector Control may also have to plan a future aerial spray.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with no wait weather.
What a return of summer-like weather across the valley as we take a peek at our current conditions. A little bit of haze out there thanks to the fact that that air is very muggy heading into our evening. Here's a look at your current readings out at Hector, which is what we're looking at on the Valley Skycam to the northwest of our studios here in South Fargo. It is 78 degrees, but it still feels like 80 because that dew point is in the 70s. Dew points in the 60s are high here. When we hit the 70s, that's more akin to what they see down in the Gulf Coast states. Wind still gusting over 25 miles per hour in Fargo on a breezy night. Temperatures are still on the sticky side up and down the Red River Valley. Mid 70s westbound on I-94 and off in Lakes Country. We have temperatures in the low 70s still. Here's a look at dew points, and a lot of us now with dew points near 70 degrees. So a sticky night out there. Mostly clear skies for the better part of the valley, but a batch of clouds and a few sprinkles just off to the north and west of the Sioux Falls area is drifting in a northeasterly direction as we head to bed tonight. And here's where they're heading. Your hour-by-hour forecast shows that the wind will be persistent. We do have a chance at spotty showers and a few rumbles of thunder. Our model has them moving through at about 3 in the morning through the far southern Red River Valley, the Minnesota River Valley, and they'll continue north and east as we go into the morning hours. toward daybreak. As we start our day, partly sunny skies across the south, mostly sunny north, and temperatures near 70 degrees. The rain is out of here. The south wind returns. It will be gusty already by midday, upwards of 30 miles per hour. And in the afternoon, these yellow arrows show the wind increases even more with gusts to around 40 miles per hour, mainly in the southern valley and into Lakes country. As we go through the hot afternoon, the evening promises to bring a few more clouds from the west as a cool front will be approaching to cool things off on Wednesday. More on that and thunder chances later in the forecast period. But for now, sunrise tomorrow morning, 7:07. Temperature near 70. We'll spend much of the day in the 80s and holding on to our hats. With winds gusting to nearly 40 miles per hour throughout your afternoon, it promises to be a hot one up and down the Red River Valley, out in parts of central and eastern North Dakota. Mid-80s aplenty with near 90-degree readings likely. And we'll have hot weather as well in Lakes country with many of you well into the 80s, maybe a few upper 70s near Lake of the Woods. Now, Wednesday, we have that cool front moving through. That really will bring most of its rain outside of our viewing area. But on Friday, a chance of a system moving through that'll not only give us a chance of thunderstorms, but possibly some strong ones. So we'll keep our eyes on that threat. Look at the beautiful colors with all the cool fall-like weather we have had. Kathy capturing this in Lakes area. And here's another photo of the season. This one captured by Joan near Wahpeton. Okay, now let's take a look at that 7-day planner. We talked about our sprinkle chances in the morning. Hot and windy tomorrow. Cool front Wednesday, but breezy and dry for most areas with only a 20% chance of showers. Thursday, a break from all the shower activity, back up to near 80. Then Friday night, a chance of those strong storms into Saturday morning. And for tailgaters and game goers here in the FM area, it looks like any showers and storms should be clearing during game time.
All right. Thanks, Sach.
You bet.
We have some breaking news for you now. Earlier in the newscast, it was South Moorhead. This time it's North Fargo by NDSU.
Police have blocked off College Street, keeping some students from entering their homes. Police are investigating a domestic situation at one of the homes across from the farmhouse fraternity. We have a crew on the scene right now, and they tell us that police say it's not safe to be outside at the moment. We'll bring you more on this as the story develops.
Stick around. Coming up next on Valley News Live 10 at 10, a nonprofit in North Dakota is pushing back against government changes that could cost many North Dakotans food assistance.